Hello, math fans. This is Mr. Chu here. Let's do some more SAT review problems. We're going to do 3 more problems. Let's get started. So this is video 4 in my module 3 group of problems. Problems 12, 13, and 14. So if you remember, I've got module 1 and module 2 already completed. Problems 1 to 27 in playlists on my YouTube channel. These practice problems are released by the College Board for SAT review, so hopefully you'll use them for that. Some problems might be easier for you, some might be harder. They'll contain algebra, geometry, and other math from your high school math classes. So the topics vary from question to question, and I put them in the order that they are listed in the modules. So like this video if it's helpful. Follow me on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and X. I've got lots of math videos and lots of puppy videos. I have a YouTube channel, and you can put this link here in your browser, or there are different subscribe links in various places that you can click on and subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you have specific questions or want to request a video on a certain topic, I do have an email address, askmrchu@gmail.com, and I look forward to hearing from you. Let's go ahead and get started with our problems. So you can always pause this video and work on problems. And so hopefully if you have a piece of paper sitting there, you can work these out, see if you can figure them out. So I'll get started on the explanation. You can always pause it at any time. So number 12 says in the linear equation, the linear function, so if you were to graph it, it would be a straight line. That's what a linear function is. H, the function is called H. H at 0 equals 41 and H at 1 equals 40. Which equation defines H? Well, you have to think about a linear function, which graph is a linear equation. So a linear function can be written in the form of h of x equals mx plus b. And you might remember that from your algebra class because y equals mx plus b is the slope-intercept form, where m and b are constants, and of course m will be the slope, b will be the y-intercept. So since h of 0 is 41, I use the substitution property and substitute it in this equation that we have up here. So I have 41 equals m of 0, or m times 0, plus b. So 41 equals m times 0, which is 0, plus b. So 41 equals b, which means it crosses the the y-axis at 41. That is the y-intercept. All right? So now h of 1 is 41. So I substitute a 1 for the x and a 40 for the h of x. So I get h of x equals mx plus 41 is my original. So 40 equals m times 1. I substitute that 1 in, plus 41. And of course, m times 1 is m. So if 40 equals m plus 41, I can solve that by using the subtraction property of equality. And so I need to cancel out this 41 by subtracting 41. I'm just doing this horizontally. Usually we do it vertically. I could have put it under here, minus 41 here, minus 41 here. Some books and some teachers will do it like this. This crosses out, and I have 40 minus 41, which is going to be negative 1. So my slope's negative 1. So you can use the slope-intercept form. You can also use this function form I have here. Either one, so substitute that m equals negative 1 and that b equals 41 into my original equation. And put the b equals 41 down here. I'm going to substitute that, get my function. So h of x equals negative 1x plus 41, and that negative 1 times x is negative x, and that would be choice A. Hopefully you're able to get that correctly. Now let's move on to number 13. Number 13 says the function f of t equals 60,000 times 2 to the t over 410, and that function gives the number of bacteria in a population t minutes after an initial observation. So this is called exponential growth. So the 60,000 is our initial observation. The 2 would talk about when it doubles, and the t over 410 would be the time. It says how much time in minutes does it take for the number of bacteria in the population to double? All right, so now you just have to understand what exponential growth is and how you can deal with that. So the question's not hard, as hard as it first appears. So when you first look at it, you think, oh, this is confusing because it's got a variable in the exponent. Think about it. The number raised to the power determines the growth, with the exponent being the time. And since that number is a 2, that means it doubles at the time t over 410. So if it doubles then, that means we would have to take and solve that. So it has to equal 1. So if t over 410 equals 1, I solve that by multiplying both sides by 410 and I multiply it by 410 over 1. That's a typo there. I multiply the left by 410 over 1. So now it's not cooperating with me. There we go. 410 over 1. And that cancels. And I multiply this side by 410, which is the same as 410 over 1. So the time would be 410. So that'd be 410 minutes. If you want to know hours, you divide that by 60. All right. So hopefully you're able to get 410 for T on number 13. Now we go to 14. 14 says the function is defined by, it's a cubic function, means it'll end up being the third power when you multiply this out. F of x equals the quantity x minus 6 times the quantity x minus 2 times the quantity x plus 6. So what they did, they factored that cubic. It's in the xy plane, so it's just graphed on the regular xy coordinates. The graph of y equals g of x is the result of translating the graph of y equals f of x up 4 units. So if you're graphing it, that graph would just move straight up every coordinate 4 units straight up. But it wants to know what's the value of g of 0. So since the graph of y equals g of x is the resultant function of translating it up 4 units, the new graph of the function y equals g of x is going to be y equals f of x plus 4. So you're just going to add 4 to it. That's all you're doing. So y equals g of x equals f of x plus 4. So y equals g of x is equal to x minus 6 times x minus 2 times x plus 6, which is my original f of x, plus 4. So once you know what f of 0 is, that's what it asks you in the question. So I substitute a 0 for the x in that last equation that I've written up above for that g of x. So I substitute a 0 everywhere in this equation right here. So g of 0 equals 0 minus 6, 0 minus y, 0 plus 6 plus 4. I just put a 0 here, here, and here. So I simplify that, and 0 minus 6 is negative 6 times 0 minus 2 is negative 2 times 0 plus 6 is 6 plus 4. Now I use the order of operations. I'm going to multiply these first two first because you go left to right. Negative 6 times negative 2 is positive 12. Now, in the order of operations, I multiply the 12 times 6 and get 72 plus 4. And this is an open-ended question. G of 0 is 76. So hopefully that made sense. So follow me on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and X for helpful math videos. I also have lots of puppy videos. So check me out on those social media links. There's 27 problems that's worked out for Module 1 and Module 2 in the playlist, so you can check them out as well once you subscribe to my YouTube channel, which here's my long link, and there are other links where you can subscribe. If you have questions, send them to me at askmrchew@gmail.com. Help me spread the word. Mr. Chew wants to help students with math questions. I use videos. I have a video curriculum called Bare Algebra, one called Brack Geometry. So Bare Algebra is named after my peekapoo, who will be 13 years old next month. And Brack is my 3-year-old half English sheepdog. He's 118 pounds. And I named my geometry program after him. I have a 4-year-old black tomcat. I like my pets. I like math, and I love my dogs and cats. So tray arithmetic and pre-algebra are things that I get you ready for your algebra class in. I have a video series called Math Minutes with Mr. Chew, where I just have a little bit shorter videos about different math problems. And I have SAT review videos. And you can watch more of them after you subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next video, and I want you to remember that I'm Mr. Chew, and I want to help you understand the math. And we'll see you next time.